January 24th. We got several NBA games today. Quick recap of Taco Tuesday. All three tacos hit. Unfortunately, one of my pairs did not hit, but we still went 2 of 3. We made double the profit. So let's get started today. We are on to day 2 of the Latter Day Challenge. Yesterday we postponed it due to Taco Tuesday, but we're starting day 2 of the Latter Day Challenge and going with my top 2 picks. And my top 2 picks will be DeJounte Murray's rebounds and assists that I'll be taking at 13. He's projected to go over his assist line and his rebound line. Trae Young is out of the lineup, so DeJounte Murray is the number 1 option for the Hawks. I think he's going to have a big game against the Warriors. Warriors have a terrible defense this year, so I'm going to be taking DeJounte Murray's rebounds and assists. I believe he's projected to have 8 or 9 assists for the game. As far as rebounds, he should go over as well, so you can target those props. His points is another good option, but I'm going to be taking his rebounds and assists. I got some push equity as well. And I'm going to be pairing it with Marvin Bagley. And I'm going to be taking his points and rebounds at 13.5. He is a key role player for the Wizards, but he's been hot ever since he did get traded to the Wizards. So at 13.5, he can get this on points alone. You can also look at his points, but I'm going to be taking his points and rebounds as he's averaging about 5 rebounds a game. As long as he gets more than 20 minutes, he should easily cash this against the Timberwolves. They're going to need size. So I'm going to be taking the over on that. And that is my top 2 for day 2 of the Latter Day Challenge. So let's head on over to our 5-man that I built up. And my first one I'm going with is LaMelo Ball. And I'm going to be targeting his fantasy score. And it's at 50.5, a little bit too high. Usually he's been in the mid 40s to high 40s ever since he came off the injured list. But they expect the projections have this a blowout. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Pistons will put up a good fight against the Hornets. The Hornets just traded Terry Rozier, so LaMelo Ball is going to be the number 1 option. He's always been the number 1 option, but I think he's just going to have a monster game, especially against the Pistons. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a competitive game to the 4th quarter. So I think LaMelo Ball is going to get this fantasy score pretty easily. Next up, I'm going with, for leg number 2, I'm going to go with Julian. San Antonio Spurs forward. And I'm going to be taking his fantasy as well at 15.5. His points and points rebound is just as good as his fantasy score. I just like his fantasy just for the fact that he has blocks and steal potential. So I'll be taking his fantasy score over. My 3rd leg will be Luka. His fantasy score is not posted yet. I don't think it's posted. It is posted at 58.5. But I target his points and rebounds just because it has a better hit rate on Daily Grind Fantasy than his fantasy score. So I'm going to be taking his points and rebounds. He can get that on points alone. It is at 42.5. If he has a big game, he should be in the 40 point range. But rebounds, he averages about 6 to 9 rebounds a game. Sometimes he does go double digits. Should be very competitive game going against the Suns. So that's why I'll be targeting his points and rebounds. My 4th leg will be Victor Wembanyama. And this one you can take 2 props. You can either take his points. I'm going to be taking his dunks at 2. He's been averaging 3 or 4 dunks in the past 10 games. Going against OKC, so he should have plenty of opportunities to have dunks. But his points is just as good at 23. It was at 22.5 this morning. But I'm going to be targeting his dunks. I do have his points on another slip that I'm running. And my last leg, I'm going to go with Isaiah Stewart. And for him, there's 2 options as well. You can take his PRA or his points. I'm going to be targeting his points at 10.5. He's been averaging the mid 15s. Going against Charlotte, so like I said, it's going to be a competitive game. I think Isaiah Stewart will get some of that points. So those are my top 5 for my 5-man that I'm going to be running. LaMelo Ball over fantasy, Julian over fantasy, Luka over points and rebounds. You can also target his fantasy. Victor Wembanyama over dunks or his points, and Isaiah Stewart over points or PRA. So mix and match, pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.